Hello everyone, this is Professor Govind. Welcome to the video session of Basics of Internet. In our previous video session, we understood what Internet is. We also discussed about the protocol. In this video session, let us discuss about different protocols used under TCP/IP. There are n number of protocols available under TCP/IP. We'll restrict our discussion only on the popular protocols available under TCP/IP or the protocols which are quite popular, which are known to everyone. But let me first remind you what protocol is, and then we'll continue with the discussions on the protocols which are available under TCP/IP. Protocol is nothing but a set of rules and regulations which is used to manage data on the network. It manages data in the sense it manages the traffic of information so that information can be transferred from one computer to other computers in the most easiest way possible. And also, protocol is used to maintain uniformity amongst computers which are involved in data exchange. It maintains uniformity while exchanging information between different computers. Computers need not worry about in what pattern or what format data is being exchanged, because pattern or the format is maintained by the protocol called TCP/IP. So it never bothers any computer like in what format the data is being exchanged. So protocol is used to transfer data and also is used to maintain uniformity while transferring data. Let us now discuss about some of the common protocols which are used under TCP/IP. TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. TCP/IP is the protocol which is used for transferring data or which is used in the field of computer network. The first protocol which is quite common, which is available under TCP/IP, is HTTP, stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is a set of standards that allow users of the World Wide Web, that is Internet, to exchange information on Internet. When we enter any web address or the website name, for example google.com, the request for the desired website will be sent through HTTP. All networks communicate and share information through this protocol. It is the part of TCP/IP protocol. To simplify this, HTTP is a protocol which is used for opening or accessing any website. If you need to open a website, if you need to access any website, then you should take the help of HTTP protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is now known as HTTPS, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured Socket Layer, that is HTTPS. So each and every website, each and every web information or web page is opened with the help of HTTP, and HTTP is a part of TCP/IP protocol. So keep this in mind. If you want to open a website, it only can get opened with the help of HTTP. If you don't have HTTP, I mean there is no question of not having HTTP. Each and every website can be opened only with the help of HTTP. The next one, which is not available on this slide, the next one which is quite commonly used is FTP, stands for File Transfer Protocol. File Transfer Protocol, which again is a part of TCP/IP, is used for uploading and downloading information. If you are able to download any information, any kind of information like songs, videos, movies, or any other pattern of information from Internet, it is only possible because of FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol. And if you are able to upload any information from your computer to web server or web page or website, then it is possible only because of File Transfer Protocol. We then have something called SMTP, stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, which is used in email system for transferring or receiving messages. So these are the common. There are n number of. Let me tell you first that there are n number of protocols available under TCP/IP. But I have restricted my choice only to the services or the protocols which are quite commonly used. Like we all know how to open a website, and any website gets opened only with the help of HTTP. We all know how to upload or download information, and that is done using FTP. And we all know how to use email system. We can compose, we can transfer, or we can receive email messages with the help of SMTP and POP, that is Post Office Protocol. So hence I have taken these three protocols because these are the services which are quite common and which are known to everyone. Likewise, there are many more protocols available under TCP/IP. For each and every task, for each and every activity on the internet, on the computer network, we have a different protocol available for each and every task, for each and every work. Okay, let us proceed with the next technical term which is used in the internet. Quite familiar, quite easy. The next term we have is web page. Any page on an internet is called a web page. Any web page which displays information in any pattern is called a web page. If you want to display information on the internet, then it can be displayed only with the help of web page. Web page is a platform on which information like pictures, textual data, numerical data, alphanumerical data, numbers, images, graphics can be displayed. Web page has ability to display text, graphics, audio, video, or any other interactive elements. Website is a combination or the collection of different web pages. When you combine multiple web pages, it becomes a website. The fifth one, which is quite important, is IP address. Internet protocol address is a unique identification number given to each computer on a network or to each website on the internet. Computers, as we all know, computers prefer numbers rather than the alphabets or the strings. Computers recognize or identify numbers, especially the binary numbers, as compared to alphabets or the words or the strings. Hence, we have the concept of IP addresses. Each and every website on the internet and each and every computer in a network is recognized, is identified with the string of numbers which is called as, with the series of numbers which is called as IP address. IP addresses are used generally by the computers to recognize websites or to recognize other computers. IP address is a unique number given. Like students have roll numbers, like students have seat numbers or register numbers. Each and every computer in a network and each and every website on the internet is recognized, is identified with IP addresses. Computers use IP addresses to identify or to open a website or to identify a computer. Computers understand IP addresses, not the string of names or the alphabets such as google.com or gccbgm.org. Computers generally don't understand what google.com is, what gccbgm.org is. Computers recognize google.com or gccbgm.org with the corresponding IP address, because for computers understanding numbers is much easier. Hence we have the concept of IP addresses. We then have domain names. Domain names are available for human being, because for us remembering numbers is quite difficult. If you look at these numbers 68, 178, 157, 132, just given as an example, each and every website will have different sequence of numbers. Each and every computer in a network will have different sequence of numbers. So not only difficult, but it becomes impossible for us to remember these sequence of numbers. You cannot interchange the place of these numbers. If there is an IP address given to a website, you should continue with that IP address. You should remember that sequence of number. Hence it becomes very difficult for us, or rather impossible for us to remember this. Hence for users, human beings, we have is domain names. Domain name is a name given to the website. gccbgm.org, google.com, yahoo.com, gmail.com, these are the domains. This name is called a host name, and .org, .com, etc. These are called the domain names. So that entire name is a host name. google.com, gccbg, bgm.org, gmail.com. These are the host names. .org, .com, .edu. These are called the domain names. Now, according to the usage of the website, according to the content available in the website, there are different types of domain names available. You can choose a particular domain name depending on what content you have in a particular website. To start with, the first category of domain name we have is .com, which is generally used for commercial websites. Commercial website in the sense which can earn you money, like displaying websites, marketing, etc. Google.com, for example, Yahoo.com. These are the websites on which advertisements are being displayed, and they earn money through it. The websites earn money through it. So if you have a website which is earning you money, then that must end with .com. Then you should go for a domain name called .com, stands for commercial. We then have .org, used for non-commercial organizations like NGOs, UNESCO.org for example. Third one we have is .net, used for network providers like telecom companies for example. If you are designing a website for a telecom company, then that website should end with the domain name called .net, stands for network. ORG stands for organization. .net, net stands for network, used by telecom companies. We then have .edu and we have .ac. .edu and .ac are used for educational websites. EDU stands for educational, and that .ac stands for academic. So .edu and .ac are used for websites of institutions, universities, colleges, etc. For example, www.git.edu, www.rcub.ac.in. So if you have a website of any college, university or an institution, then that should go with the domain name such as .edu or .ac. The fifth one we have is .gov, stands for government. If there is a website which is connected with government department or government authority, be it a central or a state government, it must have the domain name such as .gov. For example, www.indiapost.gov.in. The income tax department will have its own website ending with .gov. Other departments of government will have the websites ending with .gov, stands for government. And then we have is country indicator. .in represents India. .au represents, for example, Australia. .uk represents United Kingdom. .us represents USA. Country indicator is the indicator which tells you to which country the website belongs to. If it is .rcub.ac.in, it means RCUB belongs to India. So country indicator tells you to which country the website belongs to. We then have something called domain name system. Domain name system is a translator. Domain name system is a converter which converts IP addresses into domain names and domain names back into IP addresses. We human beings understand host names such as google.com, whereas computers don't understand what google.com is. For computers we have IP addresses, and for human beings or users we have domain names or host names. So when you type google.com in your computer and when you press enter, there will be a system called domain name system. It takes domain name or the host name from your computer, it converts that domain name into corresponding IP address, and that web information or the website will be opened on your web browser. So domain name system, call it as a converter, call it as a translator, call it as an intermediator. It converts IP addresses into domain names or host names and domain names into IP addresses. IP addresses which are recognized by computers, domain names which are entered by users like us. Then we have is web server. Before I explain what web server is, let me tell you on the model on which network or internet works. Internet works on a system called client server model. What client server model is? Client server model is a model wherein in one computer all the information will be stored, and that computer is called server, which is a supreme computer, and other computers which are connected to that computer are called client computers. Server will store all the information. Server will supply information to clients as and when required. Clients can only request for the information. Clients will have no rights to store information in those computers, in their computers. Clients can only request for the information and server will provide the information. Such a model is used, such a model is designed to maintain integrity or to protect information, to secure information. It is always better to secure information available in one computer rather than protecting information which is distributed. Hence, almost all the services of internet, be it an email system or any other service used by the computer network, uses client-server model. And a web server is a system that delivers, that stores information, that delivers content or the services to end users over the internet. We then have URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Website name is technically known as URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Nothing but a website name. www.google.com is a URL. And this is how internet works. A user enters website name and DNS, domain name system or server name, domain name system converts the entered name into IP address. The web browser requests the page from the web server where the information is stored by supplying it an IP address, and then web server supplies that information to us. In our next class, we will discuss about gateway and other aspects of the elements that we have with internet. Thank you everyone.